The strength of a woman is invincible. Her courage has no bounds, and her resilience is limitless. Women have played an integral role at every phase in our lives, whether it be our grandmothers, our mothers, sisters, wives, or female peers. They have influenced our thoughts. They have continuously supported us with our dreams and given us a hand when we were unable to rise. Today, women are at the forefront of change. They are ruling nations. They are the key decision makers. They have taken charge and are creating their own roadmap to success. Hear the inspiring stories of exceptional women in the South Asian community who are part of Darpan's spring issue dedicated to International Women's Day.
I'm Robin Gill, and I'm the BC correspondent and weekend anchor for Global National News. It's been almost 30 years that I've been in this business, and my first job was actually at Global BC as an intern and a writer. I'm passionate about journalism, I'm passionate about storytelling, I'm passionate about seeking the truth. I am one of those people where I want to hold people accountable, and I want people to be honest, and I think that's the job that I'm in right now. I get to do that, and I'm so happy and thrilled that I get to.
Rachna Singh is the MLA for Surrey Green Timbers and also BC's Parliamentary Secretary for Anti-Racism Initiatives. She has been a longtime trade unionist and an activist.
I was always passionate about human rights and working to create an equal and just society, whether as an alcohol and drug counselor, as a union rep, or now in my role as an MLA, working for people and to bring people up.
Dr. Madhu Jawanda and Dr. Grewal are both physicians in the South Fraser region and together have founded the South Asian COVID-19 Task Force.
My name is Dr. Navdeep Grewal. I am an emergency room physician in BC, and I am a co-founder of the BC chapter of the South Asian COVID Task Force. I started thinking about medicine as a career even when I was quite young. I was 8 years old. It was either going to be that or a flight attendant because I really wanted to travel at that point. But as I got older, I realized that even though I didn't have enough life experience of wanting to help people, that was truly what I wanted to do. And so I chose emergency medicine as a career because I thought that people, when they were in their time of need and time of crisis and a lot of pain, is when I could be most helpful to them. So I was really happy doing that. And then at some point I realized that I wanted to do more for the community. And I actually went out and volunteered in Haiti and Nicaragua for a few years. But then I realized that what I really needed to do, and should have been doing from the start, was volunteering right here in Canada. So when a colleague of mine approached me with the opportunity of doing some volunteer work and representing the South Asian community on the South Asian COVID Task Force, I really did jump at the chance because I figured I'm from the community, I grew up in Surrey, and this was my chance to give back.
My life has taken me into this journey of medicine. I was very blessed to be raised by strong women. There were never any limits placed on me. I always knew I could do it. It was not a matter of can I do it, it's when will I do it. So I was really fortunate to be surrounded by strength, and more importantly than that, I was surrounded by men who supported me, men who showed no difference between boys and girls.
Sihota is currently the CEO of Diversity Community Resources Society. She is a senior executive with more than 20 years of progressive experience in financial management, strategic planning, governance, risk management, and operations management.
I'm a mother, I'm a partner, I'm a sister, a daughter, and I'm very privileged to have a strong circle of family and friends around me that support me and helped shape my journey. I've always been very interested and passionate about helping people. That's been the core of my ethos, and I think a lot of that has been rooted in my strong faith and connection to my Sikh religion. And growing up, that was always part of who I was, and I started volunteering at a very, very early age. And now I find that I'm doing that at the systems level and around policy influencing, around creating an equitable community where everybody can feel like they can belong and people feel like they have access to the necessary resources they need in order to live a full and happy life.
My name is Rabia Dhaliwal, and I am a mental health activist as well as founder and director of the Voices for Hope Foundation. I spent a great deal of my childhood in the hospital due to struggles with my mental health. I began to advocate for myself as well as young women around me who struggled with mental health issues. and I've spoken at the House of Commons, worked on international mental health campaigns, as well as started my own nonprofit organization, the Voices for Hope Foundation. I hope to expand it internationally and work in impoverished countries where I can help reduce mental health stigma and provide resources on coping with your mental health.
In Canada, I just didn't have too much family or friends here. So most of my business growth has come from networking. And part of that, as I became part of various boards, eventually I ended up wanting to be more involved in the community and give back to the community. The first board I got elected to was G&F Financial Board. G&F Financial is a credit union in BC. So I was elected to the G&F Financial in 2014. And since then I've been re-elected twice to that board. And I wanted to get involved in philanthropy is one of my passions, and I wanted to give more to the community and help with the fundraising. And Surrey Hospital Foundation board was one of the boards that I was appointed to a couple of years ago, and I do enjoy working on both boards.
Juggy Sihota leads the national strategy, execution, and operation of the consumer health business for Telus. She brings products to market that address many of the pressing health needs of Canadians.
3 girls and 1 boy in my family, and my parents raised us all the same, with the guidance that you can do whatever you want and you can be whoever you need to be. Do it with integrity, do it with compassion, and make sure you're giving back along your journey. Hardworking parents that really instilled a lot of courage and bravery in us kids as we were growing up. My career journey and my personal life deliberately spans business, health, racial and social justice, gender equality, globalization, and I also am thinking through how I can help the next generation of leaders too. And so leveraging the platform and strength that I have to make sure that I'm making the decisions and influencing the right outcomes on that domain.
The definition of being a woman has really changed over the years for me. I now think of a woman as a true hero, someone who is mentally and physically strong, and someone who can effortlessly and mindfully switch between her roles no matter what she does.
Womanhood to me means freedom. It means freedom to do whatever a woman chooses to do. I do not like the word that a woman should be like this or should do this. If a woman chooses to stay at home, she should be able to do it. If she wants to go build a career in a corporate world or a medical field, she should be able to do it.
Being a woman means that you are able to be both compassionate and strong. It means you're able to do this with or without a title. It also means that you should be defining your narrative on your terms. And womanhood really means being who you really want to be when you look at yourself in the mirror.
I think it's about being a human being. I think it's about caring about people, it's about caring about the world, it's about caring about issues, and it's about standing up for everybody. It's not just one sex or one race. We just need to be human beings and stand up for everybody because we all matter.
Being your own self, being authentic, genuine, and passionate for what you are doing.
I once read this great quote that everyone comes across womanhood in their own unique way. It's a deeply personal and intimate experience for everyone. For me personally, it's about raising my voice and taking up space and amplifying the voices of young racialized women.
Womanhood is a collective conscious of strength and resilience. To me, a woman represents renaissance. She's a diamond that sparkles in every direction and carries so much strength inside her and raises people around her.
Bringing an equal level of intellect and empathy to decision making and the way that we lead is what womanhood means to me. And making sure that we are lifting while we climb and taking care of one another throughout that journey is important to me.
We have come a long way, but I think more needs to be done. Women are still underrepresented, especially in the fields like politics. So we have to work harder to bring women up.
There is a lot of progress that needs to be done. This progress needs to start at grassroots, where we show young girls that there are no gender inequalities. Once this takes place at the grassroots level, I think gender inequality will diminish very quickly.
I'm very encouraged by the progress that's made. I see that in my clients too. But having said that, there's a lot of work needs to be done. Misogyny and discrimination based on gender is a reality. Even no matter how high you go, it's a daily struggle for most women.
While I think we've taken powerful strides in advancing gender equality, I think just as much as we focus on creating opportunities for women, it's also just as important to focus on dismantling those systems of oppression that prevented opportunities for women to begin with.
I think that the glass ceilings have been broken all over the world. I mean, just look at Kamala Harris becoming Vice President of the United States. So I think that women, we shouldn't sell ourselves short. We are not lesser than. Gender equality is playing a large part in so many opportunities that are being given to women now. And we should again remember that we are standing on the shoulders of women who have come before us and helped pave the way.
I think there's still a lot of work to do. I see inequality all the time in different businesses. I see it, I hear it from my friends, I hear it in my office, I hear it from a lot of people. I think we're making evolution now. I think with everything that's happened with Black Lives Matter, I think all of this pandemic has exposed so many inequalities, its disparities, and I think that people are actually starting to listen and going, this isn't okay anymore.
We should just grab life by the horns, and whatever we want to do, if we have a motivated mindset, we should go get it.
Believe in yourself, follow your path, follow your dreams, and you will be there.
Think big, don't limit yourself, don't be afraid of the failures or the shortcomings, and be kind to yourself. You may not know where you want to be today, but moving forward in that progressive manner, based on the values that you hold dear, will always serve you well.
Keep going. Don't let anything hold you back. You might not feel like you're ready for that next step. You might not think that you're prepared well enough. I would say don't say no to opportunities. Make the leap. Be on a continuous learning journey so that you can learn along the way. And once you are clear about what you want to do and why you want to do it, there will be a lot more opportunity that keeps coming to you, and people will want to help. And so they can't help if they don't know what you're interested in and where your passions are. But if you articulate that, it's amazing the doors that will open to you along the way. And certainly I have experienced that personally in several parts of my career and also my personal life.
It's very important for women to follow their passions. It's very important for them to listen to their inner voice. And also know that you are walking on the path that so many women have built for you. Please don't hesitate to look towards those women for answers, for encouragement and support. Listen to your inner voice, follow your dreams, anything's possible.
Hope you feel empowered after hearing messages from these women who have taken on many different roles and performed them so wonderfully. A huge thanks to our sponsor, Teja Foods, for being on board and championing the cause of International Women's Day. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe.